So look, I want to start with the when I was on the terrace preview. So when I was on the terrace, they asked all of us like, okay, give me predictions for scorelines for the Brighton United game. And guys gave me prediction, blah, blah, blah. And I think one guy said Brighton are favorites. Then my brother Terry said, I'm sorry, like based on United's home record and based on its United cannot be favorites. It is impossible to put Brighton as favorites in this game. See, I didn't say anything, but I was just thinking to myself that why do United have to be favorites here? Okay, we get how good the home record is. That was last season. You see, I'm about what have you done for me lately? I don't buy into, oh, it's Manchester United, oh, it's Bayern, it's Juventus. No, I don't care what your name is. I don't care what you've done 10, 20 years ago. What have you done lately? The issue with United is they're living off of the greatness of Fergie. And when I came out and I said that United are not really a big club in football terms, United are arguably the biggest club in terms of business, in terms of branding, media business. They were one of the biggest clubs in the world. But in terms of football, you can't take them seriously. Like under Fergie, United were a footballing dynasty. When you played United, when you went to Old Trafford under Fergie, there was fear, there was reverence, there was respect, because Fergie had laid down groundwork where you're playing United. You're playing like, bro, this winning like this these days, this jersey and so forth, it's meant something. But this is the tweet that I put, and I want us to discuss this. Is this shocking? Does this warrant an emergency hangout? Does this warrant like, oh my gosh, because I'm like, in 2023, Brighton beating United isn't shocking. It isn't surprising. It isn't something to go crazy about, because what has football shown us? And this is the best thing about football. Money doesn't equal success. Money doesn't equal success. And yes, I would know that personally. So for United, yes, it is unacceptable because you can't invest so much and get beaten by a bunch of seagulls at home, which is true. But money doesn't equal success. All because you've spent X amount doesn't give you a divine right to beat a football team. Brighton have not spent a eighth or a 20th of what homeboys have spent. But when I look at Brighton, I'm like, my God, this is football. First touch, understanding, positioning, spacing, shape, chemistry, in sync. This and that, it just comes from a guy, he's coaching this team. So that is where you have to look at Ten Hag and say, wait a minute. If Zerbi can do this with Brighton, why can't you do this with United? And also for Ten Hag, which I think Ten Hag, look, you're doing your thing, but Ten Hag, are you saying to me that you can't play a better brand of football because you don't have Frankie de Jong? So because you couldn't get Frankie de Jong, a team like Brighton are forcing you to counter-attack at home and to play responsible football at home? Because, bro, Brighton played like the home side. They played like the home side. But my thing here is, see, that's why I just want some understanding here. So I'm glad that yes, here, and maybe even BMF is here, maybe some of you guys in the streets is that where do we, because guys, it's so Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, Ragnarok, now Ten Hag. 6 guys. There've been 6 guys since Fergie, and United have not come anywhere close to what your boy Fergie has done. So I don't know what the issue is, because I look at someone like Brighton, like, my God, give Brighton 2 or 3 superstar players. Give them just 2 or 3 truly amazing players. These guys can potentially, they can mount a serious title challenge. They can actually do something. It's just that they're missing those 2, 3 truly outstanding guys, because, bro, like Ansu Fati, I think this guy's washed. But the thing though is, you look at Brighton and you just have to accept the fact that they're a better coach team. And when it comes to football, it really comes down to coaching. It comes down to how well you're able to bring that team together. So look, Yasir, talk to me, bro. So I mean, what is your feeling here? What is your main emotion here? Because I know you're going to go in on Man United, but we have to give Brighton their due.
Yeah.
Brighton outstandingly well.
No, I mean, shout out to Brighton and De Zerbi. De Zerbi has impressed me ever since he walked in the doors at Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton, they really upgraded Graham Potter to it. I thought no one expected that, but De Zerbi is that dude. Like, he is the real deal. I mean, we're looking at the team. The striker Ferguson was. I think he wasn't ready. He wasn't fit, so he came on later in the game. The guy that scored the João Pedro guy. I mean, he looks
Yes,
like
it
a
was very good.
player.
It was very good.
He looks like a player. Ansu Fati, they added Ansu Fati. They one of the best. What you call it? What's his name? Usabian, is it called? Or the I think it's a left back that wasn't playing today. So like, they had players out today. Gross looks like a player, man. He's on the form of his life.
Yeah, quality.
Man. And I mean, they lost McAllister.
So yes, I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm looking at the streets right now. Is it too early to say Ten Hag out?
No, it's not. I don't think it's too early to say that, because I don't think it's too early to ever say any manager out and at any big club. Because the reality is, every single club, and no matter if you're a big club, the manager always should be under pressure every single game.
Yes, this is triple. Yes, yeah. I can't. There've been 6 guys since Fergie. Is this really a manager problem? Because my thing is, okay, you sack him now, you bring in another guy. So when will a manager come in and, okay, this is the guy that's going to be the guy now? Because I'm saying right now is that you can't get Pep, you can't get Klopp, and those are arguably like the 2 best managers out there now. Because so are you saying to me that, because this is the worrying thing? So let's just play a game then, Yasir.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you get to De Zerbi. Do things change as United?
No. I think here's my issue, that all the managers that you mentioned, they all came to Man United to fix Man United, and I think that's the issue. I don't think you can fix something that's unfixable. I think and that's a manager, and it may, who knows? I mean, I cannot predict the future. Eric Ten Hag might just get like an epiphany, and he might be getting a divine intervention, and he might just completely, somehow, some way, has divine powers to change Man United. Which I doubt, but what I'm saying is, like, I feel like a lot of managers, when they come into Man United, they thinking, I can fix this, I can improve this, I can work with this. And I think that's the issue with United. If a manager wants to succeed at Man United, they have to be like, I'm going to destroy it all down, and I'm going to build from brand new. And I think that's the only way you can succeed at Man United. Because I'm looking at
but yes, I think the issue here, and I think it's a really big issue, the way Brighton were playing is what I thought Ten Hag would do for United. Because the whole thing about Ten Hag was like, look at how Ajax play. Like, that was a frustration about them in that UCL semi-final, that they tried to play almost too much football and Tottenham just beat them by just being a lot more direct. But the idea was, okay, Ten Hag is going to come and actually bring a philosophy to this team, bring a brand of football, and guys would actually play one touch. Basically, what Zeb is doing for Brighton is what the guys thought Ten Hag would do for United. So my thing is that, what's happened?
But
Is it just because you didn't get Frankie de Jong?
no, I don't think that's what it is. I think what the manager did in the first season is you were seeing like it's like a double-edged sword. Because in the first season, what he did was like he said, "Okay, I can't get Frankie De Jong, I can't get Timber, I can't get all these players I need to play my system, or I'm gonna get a Casemiro, I'm gonna get an Ericsson, etc. I'm gonna get these players to play a way where and then completely change the way I want to play, so we could just get results." Last season, he picked assigned players and he played in a way to get results. But now he's trying to play his style of football, and it's not working. Because for example, I'm gonna tell you this: Onana is a better goalkeeper than De Gea. But De Gea fits better what Ten Hag was doing last season than Onana does right now. Because Onana is playing with players that fit a system that we were playing last season, which was counter-attacking, sit back, give the ball to Bruno, give the ball to Rashford, hit on the break. Where Onana, that's not his style. Onana, he's a more for Onana to work and for us to get the best out of Onana, he needs players that are very good on the ball. We don't have that, HH. So it's like what you see in Man United is the players and everyone is so confused, HH. It looks like they have never, we don't do anything on training. Because HH, to play the way Eric Ten Hag wants to
No,
play,
because see, my thing though is why United haven't played well this season so far. That's my thing. Even those two wins, United didn't play well in those two wins. They shouldn't have gotten Wolves because they should not have beaten Wolves because Wolves deserve to have a penalty, and you were 2-0 down against Nottingham Forest. So I think that because if let's say you had played well and this was just an isolated incident, they could say, you know what, Brighton have actually one of the most informed teams in the league. But the issue is that United haven't played well so far this season.
that's
So
true.
that's
HH,
worrying.
but also look at this, HH. Look at a lineup for the entire season. They're all different, HH. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw this lineup today, I was shocked. I'm like, what the heck? Diego Dalot played as a left back since the beginning of the season. This is the first game he played as a right back. Wan-Bissaka got dropped. I don't know why. Then he plays Sergio Reguilon, that hasn't played at all for Man United, which I think did well today. Then he plays McTominay, that hasn't played at all for Man United this season. So I'm like, okay, already. And then that's the way we played today felt like a team that didn't know how to play together, HH. And when you're playing against a team like Brighton that they can close their eyes and play football together because they know exactly where each other's going to be, HH, you're going to get torn apart. And that's just the reality of it. And again,
Okay. So before I come to BMF, where are you with Ten Hag?
HH, I
Because
don't
my
know.
thing is, you could say that okay, have faith, and maybe he can in a few years make United look in sync and have as much chemistry as De Zerbi has with Brighton. Maybe that is the idea, that if we can have that kind of chemistry with Brighton plus the money to get those killer apps and those individuals, then boom, they were cooking. But is that going to happen? Is
HH,
that what he's going to do?
I think what we got to just be honest and frank with each other. I genuinely believe that Man United need to just sit down, stop, and be like, okay, what do we want to do? Because at the end of the day, HH, just chop and change in manager, it's not gonna work. It really is not gonna work. Man United I feel like we need to accept that, bro, we're bottom of the barrel, we're a mediocre club right now, and then
That's it.
build
Because
from the ground up.
that's why. See, okay, before I go to BMF, Ten Hag out doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, my thing is, because I think I've already seen, I saw your boy Splash and people in the streets say this, is that this is deeper than Ten Hag. So even if you remove Ten Hag and everything, another manager comes in, is he going to be supported in the market? Is he going to get the players that all those guys want? Because my thing here is, I don't see anything drastically changing by just bringing in a whole new manager. Because let's be real, Brighton is not all on Zerbi, bro. It's not all on Potter. There's a whole system at work that's made that team what they are from the top to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So for United, I just think that you see, do you know what the issue is? It's the name. It's the name and it's Fergie. Some United fans are like, no, I can't accept us being clowned by Brighton at home. But sorry, let me come to BMF. I'll come to Dubs, guys. So BMF, talk to me, bro.
Bro, it's just this was on the players and also on the manager. Like I think Ten Hag will just overcomplicate things today. Like I know we didn't have we don't have
No Mount, no Anthony, no
we
Sancho.
we don't have no right wingers. But I'm thinking to myself like that second half, right? You should at least like you saw the Zerbi changes like it changes style because we dominated for like that for the 20 minutes of the first half. This man, the Zerbi changed his style, changed the tactics, and tonight just literally just watched it, just look and didn't change nothing. You try to play a diamond, like there's nothing wrong with the playing a diamond or 4-4-2 diamond shape, but then you had Ericsson as the left center mid, and you had Rashford, in the left side. That left side was just exposed because none of them are mobile enough, mobile enough to just strike back and try, just be in defensive shape. It was just a whole mess. Like I think what he needs to just do is just find. He just needs to find the right balance for this team. And like I agree with what you said. Ten Hag is not going to change, and like I've said, he's not going to change anything because as long
Okay, are you Ten Hag out?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm still back in him. I think the problem is bigger than Ten Hag. Like you said, if we sack Ten Hag today, this is gonna be 6 managers, right? They've literally come in and try to fix this problem, but like that there's a reason why we keep saying we want the Glazers gone. Like this is bigger than just the players, the manager. Like this the problem starts from the top. That's the reason. Look at Brighton, for example. The Brighton, like they run football club.
Okay. Let me play devil's advocate here. Okay, has Ten Hag not been supported? Are you saying that Ten Hag hasn't been supported?
I mean,
I'm trying to be objective here because my
Yeah,
thing is,
I
if
go
Ten
to say
Hag
this
has been given his players, if Ten Hag has been given all of his
This is-
players, then what's the problem?
I like what you just said. This is when people say your manager gets supported, right? One thing I also always put in that is that you get spoiled by the money you spend, but also you get spoiled by the players you get out. Like I look at that team. I'm like, there's so many players that Ten Hag said it wanted sold this summer and they never got sold, and he's having to play them because they didn't give no other option. Like Lindelof wasn't supposed to be at the club no more. Maguire wasn't supposed to be at the club no more. Sancho was supposed to be sold. He was on the list of players that wanted sold and gone from the club, but the club couldn't get them sold, and he has to keep them. Look at when I'm not trying to compare him and Pep, but like one thing about that's why look at Pep City, right? There's so many players when he came in, right, that he wanted gone, and they literally got him gone. We unite, right? What's happening is literally, let's say we sack Ten Hag today, right, and we bring another manager in. So there's some players in this team that the manager won't want.
See, and I think now you come to the issue. So for all those Ten Hag out guys, this is the issue with going through different managers. A new manager means a new philosophy, a new way of doing things. And if that guy comes in, do you know that there's some Oli players here? There's some Ragden guys here. There's some guys. So a new manager coming in, you're having to deal with 2-3 other philosophies that have now been dispelled. So you see, that's why not everybody has the Midas touch of Abramovich, which was he knew when to sack a manager and he knew the kind of manager to bring in to get the right results that he wanted. So what United wants is United do not want an Abramovich thing. They want a long-term thing. Mm-hmm. So unless you want to bring a manager to win now, cool. Then he knows what he has to do because Abramovich was about, I want you to win now. United don't want that. They want to rebuild the entire club from the ground up.
That's what we've done. We did that.
So if you want that, I'm sorry. You can't be Ten Hag out. You have to ride this out. You simply have to ride this out until, we've given you minimum 3-4 years. Let's review. Because if you sack, there's no point. There's no point because you only sack him now if you are Abramovich. You want to win now. And I don't think United wants that. United just wants to actually build something that's sustainable. Okay, let me come to Jesus and I'll come to your Dubs. So Jesus, talk to me, bro. Because Jesus, I know that you've been strong on Ten Hag out, but does sacking Ten Hag solve what we just saw today and everything?
I'm not Ten Hag. I'm just saying, like, he is a terrorist. He's become a terrorist.
Bro,
I'm not
what?
fully. It's not on the man just because.
Okay,
like,
hold on, Jason.
I was gonna say, like, yeah. The example I give you is like, say you go to like Burger King, yeah. You ask for I don't know, like a chicken royale, and then they give you I don't know, give you 10 pack of chicken nuggets. You're gonna think that's not what I wanted. You go the next day, there's another guy at the till. You say, "Oh, can I have a chicken royale?" The guy gives you a hamburger. So then you're like, "Okay, that's not what I wanted." You go in the third day, there's a new guy still at the till. You ask for a chicken royale again. You get a pack of onion rings. The whole problem is, you go to the manager. That's where the issue is. The manager, the management overall. This is like people say, "Oh, you can't blame the Glazers for this match individually." No. It's a systemic problem. There's one massive denominator for all these problems United have had. We haven't got a stadium. Women's team is in a different city. Training grounds have been run down completely. We've had 5 managers. We've had Mourinho and Van Gaal. These are not washed managers. No. They were good managers at the time still. Mourinho just won the league title. I think it was 2 years prior to him come to Man United. So he wasn't his peak Mourinho, but it was a good Mourinho, and he failed. And if he fails at your club, there's something really wrong. And when you spend millions, Pogba's failed, Maguire's failed, and Martial's failed. Every single big signing, and then people are saying, "Oh, let's blame Onana for the goalkeeper situation." What's Onana gonna do? If Onana wasn't in goal today, we'd concede 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, because he made some.
One more thing. One more thing. One thing about Ten Hag, right, that he has to stop is this dumb substitution that he does. Why was he playing Bruno as a right center back?
Wait, Eche, can I speak on this?
Yeah. Eke, I'll come to be out. Wait,
why is he playing?
I want to speak after Eke.
This is why we concede like 5 goals, 6 goals, 7.
Jason, finish your points. Jason.
Yeah, and also apparently, why are you ringing off Højlund when Rashford? Yeah, he's been okay he's been good in Ten Hag last season. This season, not as sharp as he is. There's a pass right open, and I don't get it. I mean, I know the Højlund goal was offside, but he was probably one of the best. He was probably his best attacker on the pitch.
Wow.
And then I'm seeing Scott McTominay. I'm like, just because he did well for Scotland, what does that mean he gets starts? Because I'm seeing
we
Bruno,
have no other option. Amrabat is injured.
Yeah, it was Bruno, Casemiro, Eriksson had over 50 touches in the game. Like if each of them individually. Scott McTominay had about 20. That shows you the issue. And then we're looking at a youngster to show the only positive assist with was it Hannibal Mabry. This club is an absolute mess because there's not one game this whole season we played well. Even look at preseason, the signs were there in preseason because it didn't look great. Yeah, and you can say, "Oh, there's the signings here. We haven't strengthened this, we haven't strengthened that." But still, this is on paper. Who's the better team, Brighton or Man United? Who should be the better team? Who spent the most money out of both the sides? We're vastly superior to Brighton on every single thing you can say, except the footballing pitch. Because even when you look at the managers, Ten Hag is seen more higher in football than De Zerbi is. De Zerbi's made his way into the game now, but Ten Hag is one of the names.
Ten Hag was in the UCL semi-final.
Exactly.
Zerbi hasn't even come close to that level yet. So.
Yeah, it's absolute mess.
Okay, well, let me just get to the jobs and I'll come to everyone else, guys. So, Zoteng TV is Hag out. And my response to that is bring who in? What's the point? It makes no sense.
Bring Zidane.
Because my point is that, because Zoteng, my question to you is, okay, will a new manager who comes in change anything? I believe the answer is no. So, this is the thing of a manager. And what I said to BMF is, I'm sorry, unless you want to be like Abramovich, cool. So the only way Ten Hag out works is you want to win now. So you're bringing in a manager to say, this group, win with this group now. But if you want to build something sustainable, you have to write it out. You have to write it out. 14 UCLs. Nagelsmann, is Bayern the final nail to the coffin? Nagelsmann would be the worst scenario for this.
Bro.
Nagelsmann would be the worst for this.
If
Especially in this situation,
Nagelsmann's going to
Nagelsmann would be worse. That will be a complete.
Yeah, we've seen Ten Hag experiment with this squad. If you want, Nagelsmann is like the worst guy to experiment with.
The worst.
We're going to see Mason Mount at centre back. Bruno Fernandes man at centre back. It's just
wait, hold up. That Bayern game is that at the Allianz or at Old Trafford?
Yeah, Allianz. Bro.
Allianz Arena.
I'm just,
you know what? It's going to be.
But Bayern are looking a bit sus too.
Nah, you know what?
They can get results.
Nah, you know what? Wait,
hold on. Let's I'll come to it. Easier. United fans chanting "Viva Ronaldo."
Why?
It was Garnacho.
It was not.
For two UCLs, Uncle Mo is the best United manager post Fergie. Someone actually posted this thing. Remember when he said second is my best ever achievement?
Yeah, he wasn't lying.
No, he was not. And let's be real, Mourinho has, if you just put everything together, Mourinho has been the best. He's been the most successful.
Yeah, he's won the most trophies too.
He's been the most. Wait, what was it? 3 or 4 trophies? Or was it 3?
2? It was 2.
I mean, we did the treble in the first season.
Okay, so are you counting the Community Shield?
I mean,
don't count it. No, because I told you, I'll say, insult Mourinho only once. Yes, he hung guys out to dry. Yes, he was not maybe the guy that everyone loves. Out of the 6 guys, he was being the most successful.
Yeah, and he also talked about the problems of our club.
That they've now had. Mourinho was right there, bro. My hands were tied. I did the best I could based on the stuff that was surrounding me.
Yeah, Van Gaal said the same thing as well.
Yeah, Zotin TV. After the Newcastle Karabuki, I said Hag out. I said it, HH, but a cup is a cup. No, open your eyes out. Football is awful. We have 40% possession versus top teams. Now, look, see, here's my thing here. We all want to play great football. Does great football automatically equal results? Not necessarily. You see, Brighton is an ideal case, but it's not an everyday case. They play amazing football and they get good results. So, you see, my thing here is, and this is maybe a question. Are you saying that Ten Hag can't bring that Ajax football because of no Frankie de Jong?
He can, but the problem is he can, I think with our starting 11, if he gets, let's say he gets his right center back and the right back, right, with probably another midfielder that can carry the ball like a Frankie de Jong. No, it doesn't have to be a Frankie de Jong. You can do it, but the problem is you try to do it with some of these plays, but they can't actually do it. You try and play like Bruno.
Hold on. Let me because I'm not because so Jay Chalkin. Thank you, member for 11 months, man. Thank you, bro. This is why I'm a Tesla Madrid fan. Shut up, bro. So, where is the Ajax School of Football? Get this bomb out of my club now, or I'm going to Man City full time. I don't deserve it. Guys, come on, there's no shame.
Zoten, you're welcome to come. Zoten, you're welcome to come.
Coutinho, shut that border. Don't you dare allow them to shut that border right now.
He's welcome.
It's the same, it's the same region.
The border is closed. No, but see, I'm trying to be objective here. If you it's weird because I think Ten Hag was like, look, it's Man United. I have to get results here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be a philosophy merchant in the way that I was at Ajax because United demand something more. But when United were getting Ten Hag, yes, we won results. But wasn't it also that, bro, man, Ajax played some really nice football. And Ole and Ragnick, these guys, let's bring back let's actually try to build a personality, build an aesthetic. Let's work with our academy. Let's improve Rashford's football mentality. Let's improve Palestri's football mentality. Let's improve Garnacho's, and let's actually build a culture here. And I think that's what I thought Ten Hag was going to bring. But I think Ten Hag has maybe felt the pressure of it's United. I need results. Mm-hmm. So the way Ten Hag is managing is I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I've been seeing that.
Wait. We've seen Ajax football and Man United. It was the first 2 games of last season, the 4-0 Brentford and the 2-1 Brighton. That was the Ajax football.
No, you can't really say that was Ajax football because we didn't have the players.
If Ten Hag truly if Ten Hag
BMF,
truly
stop
wanted,
being delusional and open your eyes.
Wait, hold on. Just wait.
If Ten Hag truly wanted to implement his Ajax football on Man United, Bruno wouldn't be starting any games because he doesn't fit. Does Bruno fit what Ajax were doing at this?
So does Casemiro.
None of these players fit
Casemiro
that model.
fits.
And I think that's which is why did everything hinge on Frankie de Jong?
I think
wasn't even his signing.
But I got a question. Frankie de Jong is not the only player in the world that can play that way.
No. And Bob Blick, this is what we said during that summer. We said, okay, you can't get Frankie.
They could have gone with Kovacic. Kovacic was there.
You're bloody Man United. You have access to some of the best scouts in the world. I'm sure that throughout in Africa, South America, Asia, on planet Earth, there are guys that can do something similar to Frankie de Jong.
No,
so my
Kovacic,
is that if you know that you weren't going to get him and he obviously wanted to stay at Barcelona, why didn't you go for all the attempts? Wait, hold on. Let me read this. Hold on. Abracadabra. Could we see a bloodbath in the Alliance? You know, here's the thing.
Yes,
this is how things always work. Everybody's expecting a bloodbath. Yeah. I think United may actually respond and actually do something. Because everybody is expecting a bloodbath.
No, but Bayern themselves, but the issue is Bayern themselves not good, right?
Okay, wait, hold on. So RDZ, let's just quit this door. So RDZ, this is not a manager problem. It's an owner problem. The issues come from the top down. Don't expect things to change until they leave. Money spent doesn't
this
equal
is
success.
Absolute nonsense. Absolutely.
Wait. How is this nonsense?
How's it nonsense?
Wait. HH, wait. Let me.
Okay, but first of all, Casey, why is it nonsense that I'm coming to you, AK? Casey, why is this not nonsense?
Like this thing, right? I remember I've been following like past 4 or 5 transfer windows very carefully, and these guys were the one. Their fans, they were begging for Sancho. You know when the Glazerhouse movement was at peak, right? It was in 2020 when they couldn't get Sancho because Dortmund were asking for I think 100 million or something like that, and Glazer said we are not going to pay that. They wanted Sancho. They wanted Anthony. They wanted Casemiro. Let's not pretend these fans. Fans got everything they wanted.
Do they do what fans want or what the manager wants?
Yeah. Because you guys turn Glazer out as soon as you don't get what you want. And when you get it, you say, "Oh no."
Nah, Casey, I disagree.
Don't do that. That's why United have been United fans have been Glazer very close. Okay, I'll finish the rest of your dubs. Then let me come to AK and then I'll come back to the rest of your dubs. AK, talk to me, bro.
HH, I understand the owner point, and of course there is the Glazers aren't good owners. But HH, is Daniel Levy a good owner? Is Daniel Levy a good owner?
Big Ange, man. Big Ange.
Ball's working. Daniel Levy is a terrible owner. Ange Ball's working. So Ten Hag, for me, whichever football he wants to play, the point of the game is to get results. I don't care if he plays the counter attack. I don't care if he plays possession. Okay. The aim of the game is to get results. You're not getting results with the type of football you're playing, so you have to change it. Why aren't you trying to change anything? Why are you just HH? Do you know what Manchester United's biggest attacking threat is?
Well,
sit back, get the ball to Bruno, long ball to Rashford, run. That's what it is. Bruno long balls to Rashford is their only attacking threat. They have no other attacking threat. Isn't it Ten Hag's job to build a pattern of play, build a style of play that can get the best out of the players that he has?
No. And then AK, that's what he's doing. Because you can't play the Ajax way with Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro.
You don't need to play the Ajax way, HH. You need to play a way that gets the best out of your players. It doesn't need to be the Ajax way. It gets the best out of Bruno and Rashford. Does it get the best out of Anthony? No. Did it get the best out of Højlund today? No. You have to play a way that gets the best out of all your players, not just a couple of the players here and there. We're not talking about a team that, did well with this system and they're continuing it. I think there's a super chat about it. Ten Hag has 1 point in a possible 42 points away against the top 9. 1 out of 42. That's a shambolic record. And you're telling me that he's getting the best out of his players and this is the only way he can play? That's a manager's job, is to build a style of play that gets the best out of all 11 players on that pitch, not just 5 or 6 of them. It's that simple.
So, okay, so yes, now this is a Ten Hag problem. He's the issue.
I understand the owners, But Ten Hag deserves a good amount of blame on this.
Okay, should he be sacked? Because if he's sacked, this is now manager number 6, and the next guy will be now manager number 7.
No,
because
he shouldn't be sacked.
Because okay, my thing is that I've seen this story play out several times now at United. Oh, sack. Oh, sack. Because my thing though is that
but did you win a trophy last season? Did you win a trophy last season?
Karabuki.
Exactly.
And they came third.
If Tottenham were to swap positions with Man United now, because Man United need to realize where they are right now. Man United still have the expectations. Fergie's shadow is basically hanging over Man United right now. Fergie done amazing things with what he had, right? Man United, I don't know what you guys are expecting right now. Because end of the day, you know City's going to win the league this season. And you've got a long way to go. So you have to stick with your manager. And you've had opportunities, like you've had good players at your club. For me personally, I feel we need justice for Paul Pogba.
Also, do you know what the thing is? I think Man United, the worst thing that happened to you, Man United, came out was Fergie's success. And by that, I mean, because Fergie was so successful, they didn't even give Moyes a scintilla of hope. The moment that Moyes, 6th out. And I think that once Van Gaal and everybody came in, because we were so used to success, United didn't understand not having success was. So because they've been so long without having success, they've now realized that, wait a minute, Fergie was special, and Fergie was unique, and Fergie was a really unique manager, and it's very hard to find and replicate another Fergie. So what United have to now realize is that it's about the long term now. You now have to now try to rebuild. Because here's my thing. Because my thing for United fans is that it's very simple. What do you want? That's what I want for United. What do you want? Do you want the Abramovich approach or the long-term approach? If you want the Abramovich approach, tell Ten Hag that either you get the results done or you're out. And when you sack him, hire a manager to win now. Because see, Ten Hag was not hired to win now. So if the Abramovich approach is, I'm hiring a manager to win now, not in 3 years to win now. So I do you want to win now, or do you want to rebuild from the ground up? If you want to rebuild from the ground up, ride us with Ten Hag. If you want to win now, give Ten Hag like 4 or 5 more games. If it doesn't get better, sack him and hire a manager who can win now with this team. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm coming to Blake. Blake, come to me, Blake.
I have a quick question for Man United fans. How many players do you think Ten Hag wanted?
I think
most of the signings he wanted.
Most of the signings he wanted, yeah.
So you guys said he didn't get his players, but he got the players he wanted.
Nah, so he got
no. No one said that he didn't get his players. No one said that.
No, people are saying that the board are not supporting Ten Hag with the players.
It's just not about getting players. It's also about getting players out. Why is Ten Hag having to use players from Jose Mourinho's time, Ole's time, in the team? He wants
the players. The players don't want to leave. Maguire said he wants to fight for his place.
That's on the board, exactly. So
that's on the honest. We give stupid wages. Maguire is sitting on 250k. He's not going to leave. He knows I'm sitting on a cushy wage check now. I'm not leaving. Well, I'm going to sacrifice that for game time.
This better not be true, man.
Yeah, they just twisted it out. Yeah, yes, but
wait. Is Ten Hag going to be? Is it
who's the journalist?
I don't believe it. I don't think so.
My thing, because here, okay. So even this isn't what I think will happen. So if Germany go ahead and make a horrible decision in getting Nagelsmann, and let's say this gets what's for United and they sack Ten Hag, who the hell do you hire?
I don't know.
You hired the guy that Germany sacked.
I mean, Ollie's still out there available.
Blake, yeah, maybe.
Wait,
Blake.
Yeah, why not?
Did you hear what G2 said?
Who else could they go for?
Yeah, I said.
Ollie's still
Ollie is still available.
Did someone say Lampard?
J2S.
The Vibes FC come back.
Hold on, finish your question.
I know what you're trying to do here.
Flick.
You don't want them to sack Ten Hag.
I love this football.
No, because this guy wants Poch sacked, and he wants
So all we need is 3 points against Bournemouth and Chelsea or United for the week. That's all. All I need is 3 points right now. So finish your point.
My point is this: we can talk about the owners, but Liverpool have bad owners. Tottenham have bad owners. Tottenham haven't even replaced Harry Kane. They just left that position. They got Richarlison, a grade A fruit seller playing as a striker. There's a bunch of other teams with bad owners. You got to make do what you got. The reality is, Man United have spent poorly. The players they got that they bought for big money have not been good. They didn't look at players' attitudes on and off the pitch to the point where Ten Hag's actually battling players. He's battling like Sancho. If you really look at what he was at Dortmund, he should be in the team right now. He should be playing. But he's having problems with Ten Hag. Anthony's having issues. And when he's played, he hasn't been up to par. You've overpaid for a lot of players. And you didn't get the right players in. Obviously, you can blame the ownership, but Ten Hag got to take accountability as well. Because time last year, when Liverpool didn't buy a single midfielder, everybody was saying Klopp should leave. Let's keep it real. Everyone was saying
I said Ten Hag, like some of the signings you've made, or the club has made, for your first 2 seasons, all right. Yeah, some of them you look back at them and say they might be a mistake. I'm looking like I was in for the mouse sign. I'm like thinking right now we could have just gone for Locatelli, in Juve right now, because that's a midfielder. I'm thinking, you're looking for someone to do like Frankie De Jong role. He can actually do it.
You guys get
the whole thing with the ownership is there is no structure at this club. Ten Hag is the director of football,
like
the manager, as well as everything else at the football club. The whole point is look at everyone's manager's talent ID. Not many managers have the best talent ID. Look at the likes of Klopp. He wanted Brandt and Gertz at Liverpool, but he didn't get them. He got Salah, who he didn't actually want. Pep Guardiola he wanted Nolito and Bravo.
Exactly.
They didn't work out. Exactly.
Managers
have flops, and it happens. But this is the whole point. A manager needs support at a club. It can't be just you're the manager. You pick what players you want, because the manager is going to get stuff wrong. Mm-hmm. There's meant to be people in place to say, no, you cannot do that. Have a look at this option instead. You're wrong with this. Pick this option. This is what the data says. All that kind of stuff. That's the whole point.
He's having to like tonight is like as a let me say one thing.
Go for it. I don't know that
As a manager, right? This is why Pep is like he's out of the game, because look at Tiki, right? That's just like this is why Abramovich wanted him, but in 2010. But Tiki, right? Look at the way Tiki and Pep works. Like some of the players you see, even when Pep won the treble, and he was like during especially the FA Cup final, right? It was thanking Tiki that Tiki got me this players. Like that's the reason why I'm successful at this football club. We unite, right? We just saying, Eric, tonight, you're the director of football. You're the scout. Like, you get to go find the players and pick them, and we just have to pay the money for them to bring the players in. Like, the manager has to manage and train the players, but the manager shouldn't be the guy going to go scout the players in.
Because the manager says, okay, sorry, Blake, what you said, I'm going to Blake.
I was going to say this real quick. My point is this: you guys are not the only team that is poorly run. Like, that's my point. Like, Tottenham are poorly run. Liverpool poorly run.
But Tottenham have a director of football, right? They have
what poorly run clubs do well. Tottenham do not do well.
BMF, they don't have
no. My point is, we play the guy called.
Wait. Hold on. Let me just finish the jobs and I'll come back to you. Let me finish the Dubinsky's. So, if Tommy T can't beat this Man U team, he has to go. Stop it. Come on, don't do that. But Bayern have no business losing to these guys at the Allianz Arena. But guys, I just think that it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Like, let's just
stop, bro. Stop.
DMF, don't assume. Don't assume. Zoteng TV. Thank you. Are we going to do this? Okay.
We can't say Onana, but we can't talk about
today. We can't say Onana, but overall, like he has been.
Even overall, we can't talk about Onana.
So we need to talk about Onana. 10 shots on target, 7 goals conceded. This Cameroonian Riada is a fraud. Bravo 2.0. Good feet with Trex arms and gingerbread. Here's the thing: does De Gea save any of those shots?
Not really.
The Pedro one, maybe.
Maybe the
the whole.
So saying, you see this though. Do you know how good that Ansu Fati save was? Now, Ansu Fati, you have to do this. Ansu Fati was literally could literally hear Onana's breath. That's how close it was. Do you know how good that save was?
You don't understand though. You don't understand this the super chat, because this super chat is not coming from anywhere. We had tacticals on Twitter telling us that if Manchester United signs Onana, we will play just like Ajax. We will play tiki-taka football. That's what people were telling. People drawing diagrams. Oh, we got to get rid of De Gea. De Gea is the reason why Rashford can't score, or Bruno Fernandes can't score. Or he's holding the team back, and et cetera, et cetera. Put Onana there. Our team's gonna play Ajax football.
Yeah.
That's literally what people are saying.
No, but yes, here's the thing. Let me just run now. If you get rid of a keeper solely in the fact that he can't use his feet well, you're a moron. Guys, one of the best keepers, what's it called? I think it was the 21-22 season when Real Madrid won the UCL, was Courtois. Courtois is not good with his feet at all. My thing here is this, okay, cool. Pep does it. That's Pep. As long as your keeper knows how to save well, that is the most important thing. And my thing here is this, is that look, for Onana, this is not just on Onana right now, because what you can't do right now is say, oh my gosh, like Onana he's the worst. Let's just be real. Onana is a decent keeper who is extremely good with his feet. Of course, De Gea is a better keeper than Onana in terms of keeping and reflexes. But yeah, like short stopping. But you see, if I was Ten Hag and I was advising Ten Hag, I'd say, oh, he's not good with his feet. I'm like, look, bro. This is what I always say to guys. How many goals have been scored from the keeper straight to the goal? This whole playing from the back, it's just to look cool.
No, but Habib, can I speak more on that?
I mean, HH,
I was going to say,
problem
why...
is...
I don't know, AK, you go.
Wait. J2S and AK, J2S.
I was going to say, why are United fans rewriting history? Like, we all knew what De Gea was. De Gea's shot-stopping ability is not what it was in 2018 and 2019. It's drastically fallen off a cliff. No one's going to tell me what happened in that FA Cup final, the West Ham game away last season. Constantly, he had no palms at the end of last season.
You see, Jesus, thank you, because bro, I saw that David De Gea film by 20th Century Fox.
You're talking about the 1 hour, 20 minutes.
You can make one for
it's had that intro. There was a De Gea video that had the 20th Century Fox like Star Wars intro to begin with, and it showed you all of his mistakes. And bro, this guy had to stick. So my thing that let's not forget that David De Gea was making
I mean, also, HH, you remember Onana Inter had Dzeko, who could win 50-50 duels aerially and on the ground. He had Lautaro, who's very good at holding up the ball and can win also 50-50 duels. Who does he have at United?
Yeah,
Rashford shies away from 50-50.
And AK, also, look at
Erasmus.
Yeah, look at the differences in midfield as well. Look at that Inter midfield from last year, and look at this Man United midfield now.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. We wish the United team could do what Brozovic and Barella did. Wait, hold on. Let me quickly look this up. So, Falcon Ranger, man. Thank you for the job. In a striker scarce market, Nigeria has Awoni, Osime, Boniface, Orban, and Murphy. How can you guys be such bricks? Because what cost? No, again.
Also,
if all the strikers we don't qualify for the World Cup, then I'm gonna become Swedish. So shout to Zlatan TV. Levy is a terrible owner, but I can clearly see Ange Ball. Where is the system? I have not seen the different systems in 2 years. Only Ball would stop it. Don't do it.
I disagree with this. Do you know why I disagree with this?
Only Ball was better. Don't. I hate when guys do this.
You know why I disagree with this? Actually, let's speak on this real quick. The whole thing, when people try to say Levy is a terrible owner, right? The thing about Levy, what people can say is that they hired a director of football in Patricia, right? And what he did was he brought in players.
BMF was Bissouma big and signing?
No,
it
wasn't. What I'm saying,
because BMF, see, I'm against Zlatan TV of getting it out, but Zlatan TV has a certain point of where how many of those players were Andy's players?
I know they
seem to be a lot more cohesive than Ten Hag, where you have gotten a lot of these players.
Look at what the difference is, right? Patricia, right, is a good director of football, and he brought in players that fit into what we know about Torren, right? The ones that were playing on the pitch, and you can see the way they're playing right now. They might not be similar, but you can kind of see the way Ange Boy and Poch, but kind of
similar to Poch.
They're not similar to Poch, but you can see, you can see the identity, in their team. The thing with United is we literally tell the manager, "Oh, go, you're the director of football. You want to go, you have to go choose the players and go get the players." That's just going to be an old mess because
I disagree.
Wait, hold on. Let me quickly finish.
Can I speak on this, please?
Wait, hold on. I'll continue. So 14 sales, Glazer's common denominator. Maybe Kanye was okay. You know what? I'm not going to. All right.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hag. No. Case Jones. Hag. 1 point in a possible 42 points away versus the top 6. Get him out. Jesus, wow. Itis merchants. No hate. Someone said Eric 10 bags to.
Eric Teabag.
That's crazy. Joshua Sanse, where is RDS? The guy never. No. I think RDS said no. RDS said that at some point he's going to stop being like a United fan. Said
no. Actually, to be fair to RDS,
hold on. Easier. So last time United beat Brighton at Old Trafford, who scored?
I forgot this.
Wait, who was it?
Welbeck.
Wait,
underwear model, man.
Oh wow! Oh, that's him. Okay, what's it called? Casey, talk to me, and then I'll come to you, Abdallah. Casey,
I think you have to blame Ten Hag because when he came, he said that he wants to play like a position-based style, right? And this summer, he proves that he wants like that counter-pressing system. So, then there's a contradiction, right? Because you just cannot win a league with that system now. Like Pep has shown that. To win leagues, you need a position-based system. Like you can look at all the top 5 leagues for the last 2 seasons. It's almost always position-based teams that win the league. If Champions League, something else might happen, but league, you always win with position-based system. And Ten Hag doesn't want to play that. After promising to do so, by the way.
Okay, come on, okay. Well, okay. He says he promised to do so. So, because this is where I'm confused. So help me out here. Frank de Jong was important for that. You didn't get him. So is it the case of find another replacement? Or because you didn't get Frank de Jong, are you saying that now what we thought you were going to bring, you can't bring in? Because here's the thing though, Ten Hag, you're playing a dangerous game. Because you see, if you had a philosophy and you were losing games, fine. People will still be harsh, but they would be less harsher on you because it's worse to be losing games playing backyard football than losing games playing attractive football. Both are bad, but people would be a little bit. You'd have more supporters if you were losing games playing a brand of good football. But the issue is you're losing games and you're playing badly. Yep. So are you okay? Simple.
So I think that's why I said they should have got Kovacic.
Ten Hag? Would you sack Ten Hag?
I wouldn't sack him.
No, because I still think like there are no better managers than him right now. Because I don't even rate Nagelsmann that highly. So
So yes. So my thing. So for Zlatan TV, if you say Ten Hag out, who? Don't just say Ten Hag out. Okay, sack him. Who? And whoever you name, how do you know that they're going to do a better job? Because my thing is, and I'll repeat it again, you only say Ten Hag out if you're going to bring a manager to win now with these players. Say, I want you to win a trophy with this group of players right now. You can't.
But I can understand.
Win with this.
But I can understand Zoteng TV's point also, like because I think he's pointing out that the football they're playing is not good, like because it has been a year and they are not playing good football. Let's be honest. It's basically volleyball. Basically, that's what they're doing.
What trophy?
No, but I think you know what I think for us to see. If I was a United fan, that game today would be hurtful. Because the way Brighton played, it was embarrassing.
Yep.
Because based on how much United have paid, the way Brighton schooled them, the triangles they were forming, the way they were breaking the lines, just how good everyone was the ball, just how in sync they were. I'm like, bro, one team has spent hundreds of millions. Another team pretty much cut umbilical cords and basically grab babies out of hospitals to try and make it.
Other team has scammed the West London club basically.
Wait, that's Chelsea.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me come to Abdallah. Talk to me, Abdallah. Continue, Abdallah.
Seriously, I don't see what's so special with Eric Teabag. Seriously, like I was a massive advocate. Yeah, I was gutted. I'm happy he went to United because he's gotten worse. Stick by your principle. For me, there's more negatives. Him switching his style to accommodate the players than then sticking to sorry, I'm gonna
Oh
get
no, Abdullah, you can't do that. Abdullah, here's my thing.
It make no, because look,
no. You can't. You can't enforce a system onto players who can't play the system.
No, you just
Abdullah, hold on. Abdullah, make your point. Abdullah.
The results are getting worse. They're getting more humiliating. First of all, with this style of play, and second of all, they're losing. The style of play is awful. They're not playing good. And they're not getting the results. They're 12.
But no. But Abdallah, him forcing them to play that Ajax style doesn't work because you don't have the players.
At least it's attractive. At least it's attractive.
No.
There's so many negatives.
No, you don't understand. They won't be able to play it. It can't be attractive if guys can't play it. So
yeah.
I sense that whole thing. See, what's Brighton doing? One touch triangles. Do you think McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro can do that? Heck no. You can't train them to do that.
No, but then why are you buying players who can't play it then?
No, Casey, therein lies the issue. Because that's why I go back to Frank de Jong. You didn't get Frank de Jong. Are you saying there were no other players out there similar to Frank de Jong to build a team around?
I don't know
if
anyone remembers, but last year when the Frankie de Jong deal fell through, does everyone remember who the replacement was targeted? It was that bum from Juventus called Labio. He was meant to be the so-called replacement. We went to Juventus and we came back with nothing in our hands.
But the J-Twist,
we were also looking at Arnautovic. Don't forget about that either.
The J-Twist, here's where you can blame Eric Ten Hag. Here's where you can blame Eric Ten Hag. At the end of the day, it's about team building. You got to build the team. Every player you build has to complement the players you have, and et cetera, et cetera. Again, going back to the whole Onana situation, Onana cost us 15 million, 55 million. Mason Mount cost us 50 million. Those are pretty much half of our transfer window.
Yeah, and
60. So that's pretty much half our transfer window. Was that necessary? When Onana needs a right back that can play inverted, when he needs two elite ball-playing center backs like a Kim and Lisandro, where he needs a Frankie de Jong number 6. Was Onana necessary?
Wait, hold on. Abdallah, go for it. Abdallah.
But this is the thing. For me, Eric Ten Hag has too much power. He is the one advocating for these signings. You're not meant to have this much power. You're meant to be the coach, installing the style of play that you want. And the director, for me, I think he shares the blame with the board and himself. Because you wanted Mason Mount. No one else wanted Mason Mount. The board didn't want Mason Mount. You wanted Mason Mount. You got your guy.
Ten Hag and the board have both agreed to get Mason Mount. This is
that's where they get the share of the blame, 30% each.
So that's the problem with the club. There's no
structure. Also, his
sporting director.
Wait. Hold on. So because I want to touch on Doku and City real quick. So Belgian Heskey, thoughts on this? Basically, both Brighton and United.
Well, I mean, United, I don't see a light in the tunnel because of all the problems that you have on and off the pitch. Sancho, the two other guys, whatever just happened with them. I don't know. What are you guys' expectations? And I mean, last season, if you guys had beat City in the FA Cup, and you was playing this badly this season, I mean, would there be this much of a meltdown? And I don't think it's fair to be comparing like yourselves with Tottenham as well, because Tottenham is a whole different thing. I mean, this is a club that hasn't won a cup for whenever. So, I mean, they would swap the positions United with themselves in a heartbeat.
For sure.
100%.
No, I disagree.
What, winning a trophy? You haven't won a trophy.
I know.
Also,
you want to win a trophy?
No.
Wait, hold on. Are you that allergic to trophies?
I'd rather be consistent than what's the
consistent word? Loser.
Bang one.
You're a loser. Your club is
hold on, wait. I'm gonna drop it. Why be consistent to losers?
What
have a chance of your first trophy in like 300 years? The heck?
One thing about one thing real quick.
You guys don't let me talk.
Why are your expectations though? Because I mean, I heard somebody said something about winning the league with the possession, what are your expectations for this season? Because if you're talking about winning the league, I mean, let's be honest,
that's impossible.
a lot of
I
teams.
mean,
I
we're in contention for the league in the bottom half for me.
Can I talk?
Second at the
Can I
moment.
talk? Can I talk? Can I talk?
Yeah, answer. Go for it. Answer.
All right. What I wanted to say is, how can you can't win a trophy, a Carabao Cup, and then let it wash over the cracks? That's not going to win you the big trophy.
So
no. Okay, so Anthony, you would rather not win a trophy, a symbol of success, because it will paper over cracks. Because
success,
no.
Success is defined differently.
Just
it's a subjective term.
Dutton Heskey just said swap the seasons. So you
No,
would
but
not. So you'd rather not have United season, and you'd rather have your season than United season last season.
No,
United
you
finished
can't understand.
12th.
He doesn't know what it's like
last
to win
season.
trophies.
Wait, HH. United last season I'd have them because they came third. If we're improving in the league, then I'd take a trophy. I'd take a Carabao Cup. But
Yeah,
you're saying finish 12th and win a Carabao
You know
Cup.
what relate the United situation to is Chelsea under Tuchel, because you won that Champions League, but the football you played was horrible. But it wasn't sustainable. But you still won a trophy at the end of the day, and it wasn't sustainable because we saw
Anthony.
And I say, and that's why I go back to the whole Ten Hag out thing. If you want Ten Hag out, that's the Abramovich model, which isn't sustainable, but it's winning now. But if you want, that's why I said, I think it was before you guys went for Ragnick, I said, go for Conte. Because Conte is a winning now manager. Give him his players, give him his guys, and he will win you now. But if you're trying to rebuild, you've got to stick.
No,
with someone.
Habib, his football doesn't work anymore like this.
Who?
If Pep is in your league, the only guy I know who has beaten him is Klopp. Let's be completely honest.
I think this is where
why sack Ten Hag then?
This is where Ten Hag is.
Wait, you know what? Let's wait, because my thing is that the fact that, because Casey, you're right, and I've said this before, because this is actually a good segue into City right now. The only thing up for grabs are the FA Cup and the Karabuki.
Yeah,
the league is off. Premier League is off. It's off. It's off. It's hands off. It's Premier League. It's hands off. That's
also HH.
Didn't Man City do 5 in a row?
Let me. Wait. Okay, what are you saying?
Also, HH, his Eredivisie experience, like his Eredivisie expertise and all that, that's a myth. Who has he gotten from the Eredivisie that's good? There are good players from the Eredivisie who've gone to other leagues and actually done well.
Anthony. We're not representing the Brazilian.
The only one I'd say is
Lisandro. Okay, J-Twist. Why didn't he get Kokchu, who went to Benfica? He's a far better fit for the team.
He's like coach. The thing with Kokchu, right? I see what you're saying.
Wait.
The Prem is going to get exposed.
Wait. I want to bring in this whole thing. So let me talk about City. So guys, should we just wrap up this whole Premier League? Wrap
it up.
No, because guys, no. He's done. Wait. Let me just introduce it. Okay, so guys, bro, this Doku.
This all you say.
Hey, Church, I got some bad news about Doku that you got to know.
Oh my God.
Did you know?
Wait. What about this?
Lukaku advised him when he was at Anderlecht to not go to Chelsea.
Wakaku.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
That's fake news. No. But basically, my thing here is, guys, because obviously, I think I want to maybe talk about Liverpool and Salah like a bit later, like during the evening and everything. I'm looking at all the teams now, and I'm sorry. Are you now telling me that Arsenal are the best chance?
It's actually Liverpool.
Liverpool
are the best chance. No, Liverpool are the best chance.
Casey, if you say Liverpool, I'm sorry. Liverpool fans, Blake will say, Liverpool fans were like, no, we can't beat those guys. Over 30
that's the only issue. If they fix their defense, right? If they fix their defense, they actually have a shot.
Yeah. So you see, my thing here is, because what's dangerous here is, bro, once Alvarez now gets fully into this team, and now you now have Doku, who, bro, this guy looks bloody good. Like this guy looks
already. That's crazy.
So the fact that this guy has already fitted in already, I'm like, how do you beat these guys? See,
Milan are getting tortured, man.
The only thing that beats Man City is themselves. City are not playing against anybody. They're not competing against anyone else. City are competing against themselves. So What will determine City who win this league is how much do they want it and how hungry do they want it. Because my thing, because I've always said that, okay, sometimes it's enough. Bayern, 11 in a row. Juve, now I know maybe they cut a case and everything. That was 9 in a row. So let's think. Don't underestimate people's lust and greed for winning.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You always find ways to motivate yourself. It's like with MJ. City, like, okay, Fergie never did 4 in a row.
Yep, yeah, that's the name.
By doing 4 in a row, because I think what City want to do is let us now Pep wants to be like, I don't want there to be any more debates that I'm the greatest manager that this game has ever seen.
He wants to destroy Fergie. He actually wants to destroy Fergie.
All Fergie has is longevity. Listen, Fergie has
that doesn't even work now.
Hold on. Fergie has two things. Fergie has longevity and winning with bricklayers. And carpenters. So that's the thing. Because bro, he won. I think he won a link with Kanchelskis and Poborski is done.
No, but the league was as then. But the league was also as then. You can say that.
No.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Yes, he won with kids. He won with kids.
He won against Madrid with Aberdeen. Come on.
Hold on. Let me bring it up. So Abdallah, your thoughts on Doku and how well Doku has fitted in and just City overall?
I am actually proud of Pep for swallowing his pride and reverting back to the days of those pacey wingers and
Sane, Raheem Sterling. Yeah,
he honestly the ceiling is so high for this guy. Honestly, like he's threatening. He offers quite a lot, and he was probably our best player. He was our best player on the pitch. If it wasn't between him and Alvarez, but for me, Doku edges it today over Alvarez just a slightly bit. The worst player on the pitch today, flipping Mr. Haaland. He was awful today. Honestly,
wait. Did he score?
He did,
that's the sick part. This
is why Haaland annoys me. This is why I think that
you're right.
This is why I think that he should play of football.
You're right.
How a guy has 2 touches and can still drop a 5-piece. That's divine intervention.
No, Habib, he missed 3 sitters today. He missed 3 sitters.
And that's what's scary. Because I didn't see the second half, but I saw the first half highlights. Like, I think Doku gave birth and destroyed Homeboy. That was on the right back. And he missed like from 2 yards out. Can this guy drop 60 if he actually takes all of his chances?
Yeah, he can, but he doesn't take his chances. For me, today, apart from that goal, he was useless today. Let's be honest. We played he ghosted. He was.
Abdallah, that's a Haaland for many games, though.
He was awful. He was awful.
Abdallah, boo-hoo.
I told you. I said this.
Abdallah. These are first world problems. Abdallah, these are first world problems.
I couldn't care less about people that don't even
Abdallah, we have a huge game against freaking Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a potential self-decider.
You spend $1 billion. You can't talk.
Abdallah. Michael Jackson is missing like open goals also. So like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nikki J.
Oh
I gave him that nickname, Nikki J. Shout out to Nikki J. But for me, honestly, keep Alvarez at all costs. I like Madrid. Come take Haaland, please. Take him next year. Take him. You're welcome. Take him.
Abdallah, you don't mean that.
He's yours. He's yours.
You can't say that.
I ain't worried.
Madrid's midfield.
Look, we've proved it. We've cooked with Aguero.
No. Actually, you know what? No. I get where Abdallah is coming from. If you take Haaland from City, they still win this league, and there's no issue.
We won the UCL without him. We won the UCL without him because he didn't turn up in the big games in the UCL.
No, you can't say that. No, Abdallah, you cannot because he takes players away from like your midfield. So that's why.
Casey, stop it. Casey, don't. No. Okay, wait, hold on. Casey, let me ask a question. Casey, you see me right then that Pep Guardiola wouldn't win this league with ease without Haaland?
Oh no, league he will win, but I think Champions League Haaland did contribute.
But where was he in the semi and the final?
No, but like Habib, like you always say that like scoring a goal is not everything. But like for system, like for example, Rudiger was just completely on Haaland all the time, and this gives players like De Bruyne.
Can I speak on this, guys?
Yeah. Yes, you go for it. Yes. Okay. Last thing, Abdallah. Abdallah.
For me, like I'm not worried about anyone else in the league. I'm honestly not worried. I'm not worried at all.
There's no one else to be worried about.
It's just that the only problem today was the lack of creativity. And another thing is the one player that Yeah, I know, but
first world problems. First world
they
problems.
scored. But this is the thing. One player that needs to watch out for their spot is Freakish. Freakish is back. He's like he should be worried. Doku is like he's coming. He's coming for him.
Goku. Here, bro. Like because my thing is
called him Goku?
Because I saw what Goku was doing.
Nah,
bro.
he deserves that name.
Yeah. If Super Saiyan keeps on bullying like that, how does Grealish? Because do you know what it is? That's what I like. Because guys, you've seen that TikTok video where it's about wingers from yesteryear and wingers now.
Yeah.
And basically, what Doku is doing is like I'm keeping the ball, I'm maintaining possession, but I'm beating my man, and I'm actually creating chances. So Grealish that whole I get told by Pep to keep the ball. That's BS. Doku showed that whole thing of keep the ball, it's BS. Because Doku's like, no, I'm keeping the ball, but I'm beating my man and creating something. Yes, talk to me. Yes.
Yeah. I think I don't know if it was on this channel or someone else's channel. I said I think prior to the Premier League, they were talking about if Ilkay Gundogan left, it's going to leave a big void, and can you lose Bernardo Silva? How good is Doku? And I said, listen, until Pep Guardiola gives me a reason to criticize him, bro, this team just came off of a treble. They won 3 in a row. At this moment, it doesn't matter what happens at Manchester City because it's inevitable. They will always keep winning.
Wait. Yes, when does Pep leave?
HH, you know one thing, HH, I'm not gonna lie to you. Pep is in a situation right now that if the mob called them and be like, listen, man, I know this is too easy for you. Let's make some money out of it. He can make a lot of money actually on the side. They
Wait, did you say the mob?
Yeah, like when you talk about he could literally throw games on purpose.
Mob.
No, he could throw games on purpose, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's still in the league. It's just, I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, it's like it's boring.
Yeah, no. Yes, what is so depressing? Yes, it is. Nobody comes close. You see, Arsenal fans support your club, have faith in your club, and you believe in your club. But I want to sit Arsenal fans down and just be like, just sit them down. I know you love your club. I know you're behind your club, and you should. Do you really believe you can win the league out of Man City? Really? Like, you just have to be honest with yourself because Arsenal, yes, because the thing for Arsenal is this: you messed up. Last year, that was your chance. You had it. That was your chance. Now, I didn't think that they would do it because I always believed in City. But if you're top of the table for 93% of the time, you have to win it.
But you know what it is, though. Think about it. I think this happened. This is like history repeating itself. There was the year we Man United finished second under Oli. Man City didn't have the best season. I think they won the season with like 80 some points, right? And they won it, and they were not as the Man City prior, etc. Right? And then the following season was a season where them and Liverpool went like again they got like 90+ season. Like Manchester City, they could get 90+ season and win the league if they want to. And if they don't want to, like last season, they don't really have to reach 90 HH. Like it's like it depends on the competition. Manchester City are the type of team where like they're like, okay, if our competition is not that great, do we really need to go all out?
Because yes, let's keep it real. This Liverpool team aren't reaching 95+ points. No.
Yeah. So then they're gonna. So that's the thing. Like if and they're doing this without Ilkay Gundogan. They're doing this without Kevin De Bruyne. Like like at this point,
lubrication havoc.
Like
Milan and lubricated.
Yeah,
no. I'll do with that after. I'll do with that after. Continue. Yes.
So then you have Haaland missing chances today. I mean, and they still win 3-1. At this point, it's like it's like there's no content with Manchester City because nothing to report. Manchester City win again. Is it Manchester City?
No, it's just them playing. Okay, hold on. Let me Blake. Yeah, then I'll come to Kenyan towards Blake.
Okay, so AJ, I got some bad news for you, man. Your days of lap streams are over. It's done. I don't think you're gonna have a let stream for a long,
all this because of Ronaldo.
time.
Think about it. All this because of Ronaldo.
it's not happening.
No. Blake, a second. And you know what? And I enjoyed. I just wish I was told when I had my last live stream that was going to be my last one. But you know what? The last live stream was a classic because that was Real Madrid. So you know what? It is all good things coming to an end. All good things coming to an end.
No, I don't think City won the Champions League.
Wait, hold up. So Doc, by you mean saying that, you're saying that they're going to go back to back in the UCL?
That's possible, man. Who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop them? No, do you see any person that Man City should be scared of?
No, but football is not that simple. Like, come on.
No, I'm not saying that's simple. I'm just saying
KC,
who's going to stop
speak
them?
on it. No.
The Champions League is not.
No. KC, speak on it. Look at what basically KC is a done. When it comes to knockouts football, see, league, Blake, no one is touching this guys in the league. See, in the league, when it's like 30 to 80 games, nothing. But the beauty about knockouts football is it just takes one bad day. You can have 3-4 bad days in the league and still win. One bad day, and you're not. City
you know what this? No one
is beating them in a 2-game knockout. The only chance to beat them is in the final. 2 games, no one is beating them.
No. I think they're not going to win this season.
That's my only issue there. Katney's right. 2 games, especially when you have to play the Etihad. I don't know how you beat City. But again, look at the UCL final, bro. Inter could have beaten them.
Yeah,
so
you got
that's one-off game. That one-off game is where there's a chance. But Blake, I'm with you. Now, look. Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this: Is it that City are so good, or everyone else is so trash?
Both.
It's a mixture of both.
Okay,
guys, I told you I hate that answer. Where does
it's both.
No, but it's true.
Okay. Which is more? City being amazing or people being really trash? Which is more?
People being really trash.
People being trash. The answer is people being trash.
I'll say this. Let me speak on this real quick. So my thing is this with Man City. You gotta look at it like this, yeah. Chelsea on a rebuild, Liverpool on a rebuild, Arsenal they're kind of not there yet. A lot of teams are rebuilding while Man City is already the finished article. They're already the finished article. Everybody else, for majority of the teams this season, either a season too early or they're just getting their new players together. That's the problem. Man City are a well-oiled machine, and when they remove players, they remove 1 or 2 players, bring in another guy. 1 or 2 players, bring in another guy. They don't completely tear their team apart. They're just replacing little by little and bringing another guy in. Having Doku is going to give them a different dimension because that's a guy that can make things happen out of nothing. Very direct, going to run at your defense.
Wait, guys, it's cheating. That's like I said.
It's not cheating.
Yes,
we spend the same amount of money.
Wait, hold up. You just won the treble. How did I go and get Doku? Who couldn't do this stuff? How is that fair?
But Doku was there.
The reason why.
No. You just won the treble. Why are you getting Doku? Why?
No, but Doku was there. No one was on the. Let's not act as if Doku was this.
Then no, Kenny. Then let them give Doku to someone else. You just won the freaking treble.
But Doku's a good player, yeah.
Wait, okay, Abdallah.
We ain't losers. We don't stand still. We want to better ourselves each and every season. Why would you stand still?
Okay, no, Abdallah. But what I'm saying is that Abdallah, I'm just saying you just won the treble. Okay, let's
everybody.
Everyone.
Let me just ask you. Okay, Abdallah. So you want back-to-back trebles?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why?
Because I'm a winner. I have high aspirations. I'm not a loser. You don't have high standards.
Yo, Coutinho.
Wait. Okay. How long is our bald guy's contract for, Pep? How long?
However, HH.
2020. What? 5?
Yeah. He's the real guy you should be putting Juju on. He's the guy. He needs. You see them? What them Peruvian guy was doing with Neymar?
I'm getting those needles right now.
Yeah, we need them needles.
Wait. Okay, Abdallah and then AK. Abdallah.
However, he has hinted that he might retire here. and he's not going to retire in 2 years. So he might extend again.
No, they're saying he might extend by 5 years more.
You guys are living
Casey,
in
you're
my
lying.
era. Pep's
Yeah,
era.
there are rumors
You
around
man
that.
are done.
Bro, he
And
banned
HH
It's crazy.
He's just 52, bro. He's just 52.
Can I speak?
He's only 52. Fergie managed at like 65.
Hold on. My issue with this guy is that, for God's sake, man,
Just let everybody leave.
it's like it's unfair.
He's taking revenge. All those reps. He's taking revenge.
Let's do when it comes to the league, this
We have
Those
two
laps were not
trophies.
personal, man. It was for fun.
HH,
It was for content.
HH,
Wait,
you should be
no.
worried
AK, I'm going to
One second. HH, you should be the most worried. You know why? We have 2 more trophies and we eclipse your club's history. What more champions?
No, you don't.
I'm out of here.
No, you don't. No. There is nothing you can win that'll mean more than 2012. That's the greatest UCL victory of all time.
Oh my!
No, Habu, but no.
Okay, before I come to you, Abdallah, hold on. If I come to you, let me just. Everybody on the panel and the streets has agreed that everyone else has been crap. We beat the greatest club side of all time in Barcelona in 2012, and we beat a team who won the treble the very next day in the own home ground.
You disgraced the Champions League.
AK, can you talk over this guy, please?
You finished 6th
AK,
in the
I'll
league.
meet you
and
down.
No, Habu.
How can you be the best club in Europe?
AK.
On Manchester City. So firstly, I'll say that drunk driving looking model looking ass
Wow.
that's what he is. Model who got caught drunk driving, and
Who?
Jack Grealish.
Oh wow. Okay, continue. Okay, just continue.
He should be worried. He should be. He's gonna be relegated back to Aston Villa.
Kenny, you're wrong for that. Kenny, you're wrong for that. You're wrong. You're messed up for that. Okay, continue.
I think he's gonna be relegated back to Aston Villa, and Doku's gonna take his spot because that guy just looks. I mean, he might be. City might have found another big winger, bro. I mean, that guy looks class. Gvardiol looked good today. He looked good. For that Foden again shined today, Bernardo.
I mean, okay, can anybody really battle City realistically this season?
In the Premier League, no. Arsenal are the closest. That just tells you everything.
Okay, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Come
on. Liverpool. I think Liverpool possibly, but they need to upgrade their defense. United and oh my.
Stop it! It's top. like guys, we're not putting our hopes on big guys.
Richard scored to them.
Stop it.
The less we talked about Chelsea, the better.
You forgot Ange.
I spoke on Ange.
Yeah, we spoke on Ange. We said that. We're not. That's a big Ange doing anything.
And Boychester.
Anything's possible. Kevin Garnett.
And the Boychester Divider are closer to a relegation than a title challenge. Let's be honest.
Okay.
So I don't think it's gonna be City for the Premier League. So no chance. In the UCL, there's a reason why I wanted the Mbappe and Kane deals to go through, so that there could be at least a semblance of competition in the UCL. But Bayern screwed up the Paulina transfer because they're bricks. Real Madrid have a toilet as
wait, hold on. January you can re-register, and it said they're going to go back in January.
Possibly, Madrid have a toilet as their striker.
Jesus.
So, unfortunately, we are living in the City era, and HH.
No, but AK Casey makes a good point that UCL anything can happen. Like City should really be back-to-back UCL winners because they should have beaten Real Madrid in that 2 seasons ago. They just never know.
Yeah, anything can happen, but who's gonna beat City at the Etihad? Can anybody tell me?
Yeah,
that's gonna be hard.
Unless they it's the Etihad in the first leg, and a team can do a craziness in the second leg.
Yeah,
and I don't get wiped from the first leg.
No, I don't think the UCL this year is the issue, though.
Okay, and they come to Nomad. Okay,
and I mean, does Casey think his team can do anything?
But we first need to get out of the groups, so that's very important.
I think it's called baby steps. So let them first.
Maybe Inter Milan, now that they don't have that bum-ass Belgian Congolese striker, they can do something.
Okay, don't. No.
Can I speak on City?
Okay. Let me come to Kenny then to Nomad. I'm City, so Kenny, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, that's actually
Kenny, your good friend Lukaku stopped Doku from joining us. You know this.
No. If Doku was here, he would probably look trash and then would say, "Why did we buy him?" Let's be real. Like for me, it's just the Doku was there for years, and it's not. It wasn't the finish. No, but obviously is.
We first saw him at the Euros.
Yeah, the Euros, yeah. But he's been playing for like a couple years now in the French league, and the dribbling quality he always had them. But it's like his end product was always the issue. So for me, it's like a guy like Pep, like any injuries. Like a guy like Pep, like when he worked, I always knew that sometimes you saw what he did with Sterling. He's gonna do similar things with the Doku guy. Like 1v1, the guy is a deal. Like he's gonna kill every fullback in the league. If he gets his, and the thing with City, there's always gonna be options there. There's gonna be players in the box.
Yeah.
So the guy is gonna feast over there. It was always gonna.
And also kind of like it just drastically changes things for City when you have a guy who can actually beat the defender, because it's like for some like Grealish. People keep telling me that Grealish is this amazing dribbler. Okay, show it. Because I refuse to believe that Grealish is told not to dribble or get past him.
Yeah, that's
excuses. It's excuses. That's excuses for guys to try to justify the price he went to and saying he's not a club. Like, let's be honest. Yeah, he's Pep who gives him this contract. Like, bro, you don't have the capability. That's just it. You ain't got the pace. Yeah. But the thing with Doku today was a prime, because first half, like, they struggled. They didn't do nothing. And then second half, just 30 seconds, the guy he gets his man 1v1 and then he scores, and then he totally changed the game. Like, I don't like if they had like a Grealish, I don't know if Grealish would have. I don't think Grealish could have done what he done today.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they definitely add something, especially because most of the time he's low blocks. So you had a guy like that can kill you in 1v1. So it's crazy. And by the way, it's 5-1 for Inter Milan as well. Okay,
hold on. Let me come to it. So, Norman, talk to me about City, bro, and Doku. Can anybody stop these guys? And Norman, don't say Real Madrid, man, because Norman, you can't win a UCL with a toilet as your striker, Ekle Delu. So, Nomad.
Yeah. Is there any, international tournament in the winter transfer window, near the winter transfer window in December, January? Is there any tournament? Is there any, other competition that's going to come?
AFCON
is in January. AFCON in Ivory
Coast. That's going to hurt us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, no, why do you ask? Why do you ask?
Does Man City have any African players? I mean,
they used to in Mahrez.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because of how good the squad is, but I can't think of any key. Yeah, I can't think of any key African players.
Obviously, we do know Peppa's certain.
Yeah. Okay, Kenny. Thank you.
Yeah. So. If there isn't any international tournament in the middle of the season, I don't think Pep is winning the UCL like last season. There would be no winter tax this season.
Norman has a theory that City only won the UCL because of the World Cup during the middle of the season.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're not winning it. Yeah. But I'm actually happy with what Man City is doing to the Premier League, because this whole, brouhaha about the Premier League being the best league in the world, he's going to turn the Premier League into the English Bundesliga. And I'm really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. It's going to be a bigger farmers league than La Liga or Serie. Then we'll see how these English merchants defend the league,
Okay, hold on. Let me get the job because I want to just catch the highlights of this Milan derby game. So Zlatan TV, go get Scaloni or Zidane. Give them a 10-year, 10 million per season, 100 million contract and let them cook. I feel like 0.5 Hag sparks my ambition in this football. No. Let me break it down. And you guys can break it down. Please, Zoteng, I beg you, please. Go get Scaloni. So it would be one of the dumbest things you can think of. So because he won the Copa America and World Cup, you think Scaloni understands the day-to-day running of club management? Because this is what I say, guys. I respect international managers. Sorry, club management is much harder than international management. It simply is. Because international management, there is a lot more required of you. There's a way more required of you to be club manager than international manager. And also, Zoteng, does Messi play for United? Does Enzo Martinez play for? Does Julian Alvarez play for United? Do they have what's that Tottenham defender? Romero? Does Romero play? So Scaloni can't rely on a Messi, a Di Maria, an Enzo Martinez, a Julian Alvarez. He has to now rely on a Scott McTominay, a Musi, Rashford, which is very different. So no, and also Zidane.
And Zidane likes teams that are already made. That's Zidane. Like
BMF. Zidane's my guy. I think Zidane was a lightning in a bottle. Zidane isn't successful. Although Zidane was lightning. What he did was amazing, but Zidane, that's lightning in a bottle. Zidane and Scaloni, I will not call amazing managers.
Zidane is a small guy. He finessed the 3-pay with Real Madrid and then he dipped. 100%. He's just waiting for the France job. You know the France has the best team in the world as well. This guy knows what he's doing.
I feel like 0.2 Hag likes me. He's a fraud. But I think it's going to be on 0.0. Grealish stands are shaky right now. Grealish is
Grealish is such a
guys. We have to have a Grealish conversation because, bro, 100. Wait, how much was Doku? How much was Goku?
Like 60
mil.
60 mil. And already in one game, he has surpassed Freakish's entire career at City already after one game. And this guy was 100 mil. But because he's English, lips are sealed.
The thing with Grealish.
Wait, real deal. Hag out. You don't tell CR7 to play with 3.
See, this is what I mean.
That's a brick, man.
Okay, yeah.
That's a brick comment.
Because he wasn't even mentioned. Are Ronaldo fans do they need mental help or something?
Yeah, bro.
I can't just let it go.
Every time we
let it go.
No, bro. Every time
you see, you know what it's like?
Let it go.
It's a Ken. You know what, Kenny? At least sing in tune, bro. At least sing in tune. Yo, what the hell? 40 says Pep
that
is
used
on,
to be
is
my
on
favorite
Thanos era.
song
It's
when I
over.
was younger.
Yeah, no. Pep is crazy, man. Like, look, he has tested. I think Nomad said he's turning. This is now in the English Bundesliga. We're living in the English Bundesliga. At ACK, respect the Lou. Guys, okay, guys, let me see. So, guys, remember, we'll be back here tonight for the South Hungary because Barca, we'll talk about 8 because I want to watch this 80 Inter against AC beatdown because they start. Also, I'm hearing that Giroud needs to give back the France all-time golden boot thing.
Yo, Giroud scored a bag.